All right, we're back. It's Different Kind of Genius again. I'm your host, Andrew Kufe, episode 13. It's always a special guest. This time it's a real special guest. With me, I've got Andrew Mini. I was going to say his last name, but I just wasn't brave enough.
Yeah.
We just rehearsed it. Andrew, say what's up.
What's up? My name's Andrew Mini Ahumada. And I'm a professional BMX rider or ex-professional BMX rider. I don't know what I am anymore.
You get paid to ride a bike, and that's more than enough?
Yeah.
How are you anyway, brother?
I'm all right, man. Yeah, I'm all right.
You
I'm
good?
alive. I woke up today. I'm blinking. It's a good start, you know?
Bruv, it's the start of most good days, isn't it?
Yeah, usually.
If it doesn't start like that, then it's like, uh-oh.
Well, your day doesn't start, does it?
Bad. And it's even special. We've even got the little brothers in the background. Little brothers, say what's up.
Hello.
Hey. Nah, but so anyway, Andrew, run us from the top. What does a man like Andrew Mini get up to?
Right now, I play dad most of the time.
That's weird.
So I got 2 kids, 1 and 3. Ollie and Arlo, their names are. And I just work a standard job right now.
Yeah.
The BMXing's kind of died down a little bit. I don't know if it's because the universe has said it's time to slow down. But yeah, just working normal life, normal job.
Yeah.
To everybody else's, I guess, normal life. I don't know. It's
You do you. And you
pretty much. Like
life changed.
Life's changed.
Yeah.
Life's changed. But like I still get out on the bike, not as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
Like not enough at all, actually.
Not enough at all?
Yeah, not enough at all.
Damn,
compared
well,
to what I
that'll
used to.
change.
Yeah.
But then
But priorities, responsibilities and stuff, you know, it's crazy how life kind of, you know, this is what life is for everybody else.
What do you mean by that?
So for a very long time, I got to do what I loved to do. And what was that? A very rare percentage of people get to do that. Ride my bike and get paid.
Bet.
You know, a very rare percentage of people get to live their passion. You know, and life as people know it is waking up at 5 o'clock, going to a job that some people don't like to go to, but they're obligated to go because of financial reasons or whatever their reasoning is, you know.
They're just trapped. They have to feed a family.
You're kind of just like trapped. You have kids, you get family, and you know the dream kind of just fades off. Or you know, some people believe in the negative talk that gets spoken around them to that you can't do that, so they believe it and they don't even give it a crack. So, you know, the dream just gets killed. And they're like, I got close to that happening to me with an ex-partner's parents or other people saying, you know, you can't ride your bike. That's not a fucking real job. Like, you're not going to be able to do this. Just like, and I was just like, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't I?
And not only that,
You
like,
know?
who are they? Like,
Exactly.
who are they
Like,
to
what the
influence,
like,
your journey?
That's it. But like a lot of people do get influenced by those words, you know? But yeah, like no one gets to, it's very rare, I guess, to find a person who's got to live, not to say that I have lived a pretty cool life. Like I got to travel the world out of someone else's pockets while getting paid at the same time, doing something I love to do. You know, it's a pretty rare opportunity.
Bro, that's something to be proud of as well. At
Yeah,
least thankful.
but you forget, man.
You forget?
You forget because it becomes so blasé.
Break that down. What do you mean?
So, like, it just becomes like, okay, well, you kind of forget how special it is, especially when you've been doing it for so long. So, like, I was touring with Nitro Circus for, like, almost 10 years.
True.
So, like, traveling right around, like, yeah, I'll tell you the story of how it all happened. But, yeah just, like, you know, traveling around, it's like, oh, you know, at the start, it's like, holy shit, I'm getting to go to America to ride my bike.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it's like, oh, I'm going on another plane to go to Europe to do some shows.
So it almost becomes
like
work.
It sounds, yeah, kinda.
Even though
it
you're
sounds
living
ridiculous. Yeah,
your
because
passion.
you forget. Like you just forget. You need them reality checks. Like that's what was like while I was working and kind of still touring at the same time. like it added that reality check of, bro, you are lucky you get to do this shit. Like you kind of I forgot over time, as stupid as it sounds. Like, yeah.
But that makes sense, and it's hard to even imagine because I've not once ever been in that position. And you forget that it would become pretty mundane. Like you'd just constantly doing the same thing,
Yeah, it just
in a
becomes-
different place.
Yeah, it just becomes another thing that you go do.
That's
As
nuts.
weird as it sounds, yeah. But like, it's weird for me to talk about because it just sounds like I'm not grateful for it or anything like that. Whereas I am for sure. But at that point in time, it just became like, just here we go again kind of thing. Which it sucked. Towards the end, I started to realize that was happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is that what sort of made it end almost?
Nah, it didn't really end on my terms. It was weird. Like I was saying, it's like the universe like kind of said, all right, well, you got responsibilities now. You need to be here.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Like that's kind of how I look at it.
Which is
but also
completely
as
fair.
well, yeah. Also as well, just business stuff, budget cuts. They're a big company. Got to cut certain things and all that kind of stuff. Like the crew's gotten smaller and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I did some shows when the shows are in town, like in Australia and stuff like that. I usually do it.
You usually head
Yeah.
out to them. Oh, because
because
it's convenient.
Yeah, because it's convenient for them. They don't have to bring riders from overseas.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff.
So that's
Yeah.
sick.
And
So-
then the other bit, sorry to butt
Yeah,
in,
no,
the
you're
other
good.
bit is competing
True.
again. So BMX is in the Olympics next year.
Oh, so that got put in as well as skateboarding.
Yeah. And
That's massive.
Yeah.
That really got
Huge.
swept under the rug. That's not
Huge.
like
Yeah.
that wasn't big
Well, because
information.
skateboarding is
mine.
massive, man. Skateboarding it's been around a lot longer than BMX,
True.
and it's got its own governing body. It's got its own, like, it's so put on the world map.
Yeah.
That you know that it's like, how many athletes do they have? Do you know how many athletes they have in? I got told that it was quite a fair bit.
It is gonna be quite a fair
BMX
bit.
has 9 countries.
I think I'm not. I'd be wrong to quote anything, but I know.
Yeah.
Are they going to do BMX for both male and female?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I think they're still figuring all that out because it's still a
working
bit.
it out. Yeah, they're probably
like-
still like, we're not sure if we want to do that. You
Yeah.
abide by our rules, and then we'll come and be in the Olympics.
Oh, bro, there's
I
so
think,
much that's going into it.
See, they're big enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
BMX, I mean, it is, but like there is nothing, no one kind of pushing that kind of thing. It was just, UCI is the governing. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm not super informed on it all, but yeah, like UCI, who is the governing body for cycling around the world, they do Tour de France, like they do all that kind of stuff. So they got involved in this competition series called FIS, which originally started in France and now is a world series, a world tour. It's like the main contest in BMX at the moment, yeah. And that comes down, that is now a world ranked system.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. There's so many questions I have about
Yeah.
that. I think firstly, in the Olympics, are they going to do it like skating? So it's in the park,
Yeah, it'll be,
or are they going to do
It'll-
park, big air?
no, it'll just be park.
Okay.
So yeah, just BMX park on very similar courses to what they do the FIS World Series on.
Yep.
So it'll be very similar to that. I'm pretty sure from what I've gathered. Yeah.
And then just on like while we're on the competitions, are you still competing or
Pardon?
not really?
I want to,
Yeah.
but financially, I can't because of my responsibilities with home and all that kind of stuff. So it's not financially wise for me to go and put $5,000 to $10,000 into a travel budget because I don't have any sponsors paying for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna have to be out of my own pocket. And the return, I have to podium.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's not much of a return. And even still,
Does BMX have
like-
cash prize?
yeah.
That's
So those contests are like, I think it's like 7,000 euros or something like that for first place.
That's still pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That's
so
like-
it's
that's a
pretty, when you
decent
convert
amount.
it back to Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I guess it's everything else. Like
So
you have to really take a plunge to.
yeah, and like all the dudes, sorry, but
Yeah.
to butt in,
No,
all
go
the
for it.
dudes that are on top, they do it full time. They're not working. That's their full time gig.
And they've got home parks, like they've
and
got
like
that set up at
yeah,
home.
they got their own like some of the one dude, Logan Martin, who just won both X Games dirt and park in the X Games just gone over the weekend.
Yep.
He just built something in his backyard that's sick. It's a wicked setup. Just walk straight out the door and bang. But at least lucky here we've got Rampfest indoor skate park, which is in Braybrook, which everybody rides at. But there's another friend of mine who he actually won one of those events last year.
Who was your friend? Shout him out.
Jake Warwork.
Jake Warwork. Was he a Geelong boy?
Nah, man, he's from like up in the sticks. Like,
true.
Where is it? Like Whittlesea, out that way, kind of thing. Like,
no, like
way out that way, like past Epping and stuff.
True,
like,
so really in the
past out
sticks.
that way. Yeah.
Which makes sense. Like just build some dirt and like.
And like I've been watching him, man. He's been coming in the skate park since he was 15, so it's been cool to just watch his. Like me. I mean, me being like I'm the old, but you know I'm 30. I've seen like a lot of people come in and disappear, like who were talented, who could have gone somewhere, but they just got caught up
with life.
Caught up with either life or getting a certain friend circle, and then that's it. You just fade away, drop out, turn 18, get your license, party, do whatever, drugs, just
whatever
people
comes
just
with the life.
and then people
fall off.
Just they fall off. But like he's one of the dudes that stuck to it and likes to have fun. But he stuck to it. He's now on the like Victorian athletes. Some I can't remember what the Victoria Sports Institute.
Yeah, the VSI.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and he's the first freestyle BMXer.
That's
on
dope.
That program. Yeah,
and I think that's quite
sick.
a supportive program because they're also helping with the budgeting, doing all that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah,
because I know there's a couple of young skaters that have been picked up in that as well.
Yeah, okay.
And it's essentially just like sponsorship, but then it helps. Especially like the younger ones that don't have the means to help out with that.
But there's just so much more to it than just jumping on your bike and going for a pedal, or jumping on your skateboard and going for a pedal. You have to train. Like people don't understand how much effort it takes to do a 1 minute run.
That you've rehearsed.
Going as hard, rehearsed in here and then practice as much as you can in practice because it gets fucking chaotic out there. There's 50 dudes trying to fucking ride this one skate park, trying to get their practice in an hour, so it gets pretty chaotic out there. But
it's literally first come, first, like,
like you got to be ruthless out there, man.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody gets snaked. There's crashes. There's like, I remember one time at this at a contest that I was at, they had the amateurs practicing with us as well. It wasn't a massive contest. It was in Poland. And I jumped the box jump backwards and someone jumped the box jump forwards. And we hit in the air. And he ate shit more than I did. He was younger than me. And I hit him. I kind of fell off to the side. And he just got flinged forward and just went splat. Like, he was okay. He was okay, though. But, yeah.
But imagine, like, you're in all the way in Poland, you're warming up for a comp, and you fucking
getting
hurt
out
yourself
there,
in
but
practice.
Getting hurt out there would suck too. Like out overseas, I've always been scared of that because, I mean, you get insurance or your medical insurance and stuff, but, like, being in another country, in a foreign hospital where they don't really speak English or whatever, like in a French hospital or something like that, it'd be terrifying.
Jeez.
It'd be scary. But that doesn't cross your mind until it kind of happens. Well, that's the way I kind of look at it anyway.
That's how you have to look at it.
Don't create an issue until it's an issue kind of thing, because otherwise it's probably inevitably going to end up being an issue.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It really is a lot to think about. And, like, because, like, I guess I officiate them, like I judge them, I MC them. So I see it all the time. And, like, there are certain kids that could take it on the day. In practice, like, just fuck up an ollie off a two-step, roll their ankle, and they're just like...
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden can't perform the rest of their run, have to improvise on the go. It's nuts.
Yeah. Like,
so much goes into it.
I've definitely been in that position quite a few times. Do you remember the series in the States called Dew Tour?
Yes. No.
Yeah, I competed in a few of them.
True.
Yeah.
I used to watch a bit of the BMX too.
Yeah, in 2000, I didn't make it through the finals or anything, but, like, did qualifying stages of it. And fuck, every time, man, I'd hurt myself or hit my ankle. So I had the qualifying coming up, and we were coming back. So I lived in Greenville at the time, North Carolina.
Yep.
A bunch of us, was like 10 Aussies there. in this college town. It was dangerous.
Wait, were you living there just
Yeah,
for this?
yeah, just for BMX. Yeah, it was
True.
in 2011, I think it was.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then, and we were cruising back on mopeds because you could just ride around on mopeds. So we'd sit the bike down on the moped seat, and then we'd just cruise along. And I said, "Yo, I got to get some petrol." I looked over, and the road kind of veered off that way a little bit, and I hit the gutter. I was probably going about 40 k's, maybe a little slower. Hit the gutter, and it just fucking ping threw me off straight onto the footpath, and I've slid and I've grazed up all my palm and my arms. This is like a week before I had to go to this event, and I had the gnarliest graze on my palm. I got in the shower that night and I cried.
Yeah.
I cried. That was
The rocks
shit.
are stinging.
That
Like,
was shit. That gravel.
gravel
Like
rash.
I've crashed at the skate park and like got grazes and stuff, but that was another level.
Yeah.
Like that sucked. And then I had to like try and ride with my hands all busted up on the fucking.
Which doesn't work because you're gripping the handlebars.
Yeah, because you gotta hold the bars.
Yeah. Fuck.
Just gotta hold the bars.
It's like not like skating. You can just like get a gravel
Yeah,
rash
like
in
dude,
your
I
elbow
see
and shrug
dudes
it off.
skating with like in double casts and like dude, you just let it heal.
Mate,
You're just gonna re-break it if you put your wrist down.
literally. But fuck, that's nuts.
Yeah,
That's actually that's quite a fair bit in a small amount of time.
yeah,
But wait, if we take it back, so you're a dad, you ride pro BMX,
yeah.
or you did ride pro BMX.
Dudes.
Did, like, it's the
Depends
same
on it.
thing.
Yeah.
You competed. What else is there?
Man, what else is there?
Because I heard you
guess-
were a content creator.
I can't. Oh, yeah. I try to. Yeah, I do.
Break that down.
That's
What's
shit
that
that I
you
forget
doing?
about.
Yeah. I was like, am I gonna have to throw him an alley oop on this one? I'm like, here you go.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I do a bit of filming and stuff and video editing, and I fuck around with a little bit of music too, but don't really
True.
put it out. Yeah, a little bit. I don't put the like. I
What,
get,
just
like,
producing or?
No, like rap.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got bars.
Yeah. Like I try.
Yeah.
I try. Yeah, I haven't really made too much stuff. Like I get halfway through something and then I'm like, fuck, this is too hard.
Yeah.
And I kind of give up. So, but yeah, I film. I like to film and edit, man. I got into that just through writing, man. Just
Yeah.
taking other people's cameras and shooting some photos of them, and I was like, man, I want to get my own camera.
Yeah.
So I got my own camera, and they just kind of progressed from there. And
Well, I guess
Yeah.
it comes with it. Like, you got to make your own edits and stuff.
yeah,
like,
but that's it. And or just having the knowledge behind it. It's just another creative platform to kind of just, be put your way into something.
Yeah.
It's same as BMX. BMX is a creative platform. That's why it's called freestyle BMX, because it's freestyle. You can do it however the fuck you want to do it. There's guidelines that like there's ways baseline, like there's basics on how to do stuff, but everybody has their own way of learning everything, not just on the bike, but just everything.
But your interpretation, like
Yeah,
what could
yeah,
be cool to
your-
you wouldn't be cool to me.
Yeah,
But then it's just
exactly.
like, you'll go out, practice one thing, I'll go out, practice another thing.
Yeah, in the way that you practice, or the way that you know how to learn,
Yeah.
or how to
Just how you've interpreted it. Like,
Yeah,
you've watched someone
just-
do something, you're like, that was sick. And then,
Yeah.
like, you add your steez to it, whether it be like, you tuck that little harder, like you crank it out that little bit
or
more.
just
like,
just little shit. All right, like you watch so many different people ride or even skate. Like everybody's got their own little thing that they do,
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, their own little
So
steez.
that makes it
Yeah,
their
yeah,
own.
yeah.
That makes it them. Oh, that's the way that he skates, or that's the way that he rides. Like
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's their
what
style.
he does. Yeah. Like it's why. There's people out there that you go, oh, that's, for instance, what can I say? Like, what can I use as an example? Like, with skateboarding, I'm sure there's something where, like, if you'd see a friend do a trick or something, you'd say that's blah, blah, blah's, like, that's the
style.
way blah, blah, blah would do it.
Yeah.
Or, like, that's the way Rodney Mullen would do that trick, or, that's the way,
Like,
I'm
so say
using
for,
generic
like,
ass name, generic
The
ass.
hands
yeah.
down. Like, there are heaps
Yeah.
of people when they do, like, for example, like a 180, like their arms fly everywhere. But then there are some cats that can do them just
They're
like hands down. And you're like, how do you even like...
relaxed as.
It's It's like, that doesn't even, like, how do you get the momentum? Like, how do you just do that like that?
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I don't know. I think I'm just fascinated with anything kind of creative.
Yeah.
Anything that you can kind of put your own little thought process into. You know, someone else might not like that. That might not be their cup of tea. They might want to spit it out. But it does, you know, like, I just enjoy doing what I think looks visually good, or what I think is creative, or just anything along the lines of that.
Which is so important, though, because that's what you said from the start. You were like, I was fortunate enough to do something I love. And it's like, if you listen to those other people that said, oh, no, don't edit like this. No, don't do this like that.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll take it away. You're like, who am I doing this for? Me or you?
Like, even when you get a piece of information from anybody telling you how to do something, like, you're going to have your own individual way of actually working out how to do it, so it benefits your style of doing it. With anything, working, like, even when someone comes up to you at work and says, oh, bro, you should do it this way. It's like, all right, yeah, I'll take that into account, but I'm going to kind of, like, do something slightly different. To what I know. Yeah, I'm going to, like, okay, cool, thanks for the info, right? I might still use that information or whatever he's told me, the way of doing something, but kind of do it to a way that I'm going to find it easier. There might be something that I look at that problem and go, okay, that's the way he sees it, but if I do it like this, then it's going to be easier for me.
Yeah.
But it still incorporates what his or whatever they have said to you to kind of help you out.
Yeah,
you know, just taking it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
That's which makes sense, because I guess that's how we learn. Like,
not following it step by step.
You'll be like, oh, when you're doing your bunny hops, like, lean back a bit more so you can pull your handlebars up. And then for me, I'll interpret that in my own way and try and do the same
that's
thing.
right.
Copying the information you go, but I can only understand.
But then processing it in your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
So,
so when did you first pick up a BMX?
I started riding when I was like 14, 15.
14, 15.
Yeah, so a while now.
15 years.
Yeah, a while now, yeah.
And how did you get into that? Did it just come your way?
So I used to skateboard, and then I realized I sucked at skateboarding.
True.
So I was like, this isn't for me. And I used to just take my bike instead of skating everywhere. I'd take my bike and have the board with me, and I'd just jump off gutters and jump off this, and then I started, like, building little jumps at the local park, like, out of dirt, like, with my
What was your
shovel.
local park when you were 15?
Like a, not like a park, like an actual park,
True.
like with slides and
with
like slides and monkey bars
Swings
and shit.
and shit.
Yeah. I used to go down there with a shovel and dig, like, a little kicker, like just a little kicker. Start off like this, and they get bigger. No landing, just a kicker, dirt kicker.
Yeah, nothing to roll on, just flat.
Nothing. Yeah, just jump to flat, and then it just kind of progressed from there. And then I got I got a bike for Christmas, which it all kind of started. Not all started. I had bikes before that, but this one was like
a BMX.
I was like, Grandpa, but it was a little bike. It was 16-inch. It was like one of the first.
Is that what they call park bikes?
It was like no company had brought out a bike this size. So you have 12-inch, 16-inch, and 20-inch. 20-inch is what you see most people riding. Yeah. And then 12-inch is the really small one for, like, real young kids. Yep. And then you got the 16-inch, which is in the middle, and it was that size. And I was a short kid at this time, so a 20-inch was a bit big for me and a bit too heavy. So I started riding on this 16-inch, which I got for Christmas from my grandpa. I remember I was so excited to get this bike. I'm like, this bike's there. This bike, I'm like, please, can I get it? Can you get it for me, please? And I remember going to the shop, and I went to the shop, and he walks out. And he's like, someone bought it already. I was like, no, you got to be kidding me. And he's like, yeah, I did. I was like, man, I got so excited. And then I remember getting it for Christmas. And then, it just started on that. And then I was cruising around on that. I'd go to the local skate park, tried dropping in a few times, ate shit.
On a bike?
Yeah.
And that shit's
kept
hard.
Going. Yeah, my front wheel got stuck on the coping, and anybody that's done that, like, you get sent straight to the flat bottom because your shit just stays there and your body goes here and you just go straight to the shoulder. It sucks. But yeah, and then I bumped into, like, some other local guys who rode, and then started hanging out with them, and then that's where the name Mini came from. So because the bike that I had was actually, you know Dave Mirror?
Yep.
Yeah, so it
There was a
actually,
PlayStation game back, like
yeah,
the
yeah,
Tony Hawk
a
equivalent.
couple, yeah. So it was like a miniature version of his bike, so his signature bike. So they started calling me Mini Mirror.
True.
Yeah, so and then when I stopped riding that bike, that's where the nickname just got cut to Mini, and it's stuck like glue ever since.
Yeah.
And it's just been with me since then.
That's not a bad way to get a
So,
nickname.
Yeah, so pretty cool. I didn't give the nickname to myself.
Yeah, no, like, you can't.
Who
Just
does
get
that?
things
Yeah,
get
right.
interesting. So when did you?
But, yeah.
When was your first sponsorship? Or like when was the first moment
so
where
the
you're
first-
like, I can do what I love?
The first time, like I always like, the first moment that I realized, I was like, holy shit, you know, maybe fuck, this can be a thing that I do. Like, but in my head, going right through everything, I was like, I'm gonna ride my bike. I'm gonna ride my bike. Like that was the only thought that I had in my head. There was no backup plan.
Yeah.
That's why I'm stuck where I am right now, kind of thing, because there was no backup plan. Which when you have a focus and a dream like that, you can't have a backup plan.
You can't.
You hear heaps of people talking about it. Heaps. There is no if.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
gotta
it's
get
either
balls
this,
deep.
it's either this is gonna happen or it's not. So, yeah, I kind of went off track there.
No,
with
your
that,
first
but-
sponsorship.
first sponsorship. I think I was like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd only been riding
18,
for
I
like
think it was
3-4 years.
Yeah, I think I was 18. 18 or 21, I can't remember. No, I think I was. It was coming on around like 19 to 21, around there somewhere. Because I went to the States when I was 21. That's roughly around when I got my first sponsor.
Yeah.
Around then.
And who was that with?
That was with a company called Forgotten.
Yeah, Forgotten
Forgotten Bikes. Yeah, which was owned by a good friend of mine, who I met through the industry, John Bulgens.
John Bulgens.
Yeah, who he grew up. Oh well, he's Scottish, but
Yep.
like he's got a crazy story, man. There's a movie made. He made a movie
True.
about their life and stuff. It's got Ludacris in it and shit. Yeah,
Bullshit.
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's
I
a
haven't
big
seen
deal.
it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but yeah. And he wrote a book as well. So yeah, I'll try and remember. I can't remember. I'll have to find it and show you, man. Yeah,
Yeah, do
I
it,
haven't
man.
read the book, but
Keen to
I'm pretty
see
shit
that.
at reading. I need to get better at that. There's a couple of things that I need to get better at. That's just like a
Self-help kind of book.
Nah, it's like just his story, bro. It's crazy.
True.
Crazy, yeah. Unbelievable. Like just
No, I'm
crazy.
keen to
like
hear how
BMX,
even
like
Ludacris
BMX
came to
saved
that.
his life.
Word,
Yeah.
one of them ones.
So yeah, but I won't go into that.
Yeah, that's his story.
Yeah, that's right.
So wait, you got your first sponsor around 19 and 20?
Yeah, so around then it was Forgotten Bikes, and yeah, I was riding for them. And
What led you to the
then-
States at 21? I'm assuming
That's
that's
where it
for
all was,
riding.
man.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that's where it
where-
all was. There's nothing
Okay.
in Australia. Even still to this day, there's
For
nothing.
BMX?
Nothing for us here.
That makes sense,
Nothing.
though. That makes
Nothing, man.
sense.
Yeah, nothing.
What could we,
Nothing.
like, now this is just 360 completely, but
So-
what does Australia need to help that?
More eyes.
Eyes, okay.
More eyes, man. Yeah, more eyes. You know, I think, the Olympics is gonna really help. I think, you know, it could do one of two things. I don't know. It might not help, and it might. You know, like you got a lot of the core guys saying, "Oh, it's fucking shit that BMX is gonna be Olympics." Blah blah blah. That's not how BMX is. Blah blah blah. blah.
Yeah, the old
But
heads.
then on the other hand, you know, it could introduce a lot more corporate sponsors and, you know, put more eyes and bigger brands behind the sport, which
money.
are going to put more money in because they see that kids are interested in that. And they're not interested in playing fucking cricket
Yeah, big facts.
or fucking swimming. Like, man,
You get forced to
you
do
know a
those
swimmer?
things.
You guys know a swimmer?
No.
Didn't think so. I take nothing away from anyone who plays those sports because to get to that level, you have to
Put in the work.
put in the work and you're talented. So I would never take anything away from people at that level or even anyone that kind of plays a sport kind of thing.
But at the same time, look at me.
But-
I'm a BMXer. Like,
Yeah,
give us that same funding.
Yeah. Like, you know, people win the gold medals and stuff like that. The Olympic swimmers and all that kind of stuff. Look at the endorsement deals they get
Oh, it's
from
nuts,
Weet-Bix
bro.
and all that kind of stuff.
Even Speedos, like the
Milo,
brand, is massive.
Yeah, it's massive. and
Yeah, and how does Milo team up with swimming? Like, that makes no sense.
yeah, well, it's just a sugar drink, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just because it's just the way that marketing works.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're trying to that the people that buy those products or the parents and stuff, or you know, they see, oh, okay, well, he's behind the company, then you know, or the kids see and go, oh, he's behind that company, then that
It's
makes it
almost
cool,
that brand,
makes
yeah.
it cool kind of thing. Yeah, there's a lot behind it.
Because now that I'm starting to reflect on it, because in doing what I was doing, the comps were still like just avoiding it.
Yeah.
But then like, so
It
skate,
happens.
scoot, BMX we always offered.
happens.
But majority of the time we'd only really have skate and scoot. There
Yeah.
might be like 2 or 3 kids on a BMX.
Yeah.
And the 2 or 3 kids on a BMX
Yeah,
are
well,
like a 10.
Scooting.
They're young.
Yeah.
Scooters like,
Scooters has blown up over the past few years, man. It's massive. It's bigger than BMX.
but did you hear? So
Massive.
this could be wrong, and I could be wrong with this information, but I heard that when scooters first took off, they gave them to like the BMXs that were hitting the mini megas and stuff like that. Well, like do that on a scooter, and here's a fuckload of cash. And it was almost like that's what made it cool and like helped that trajectory.
No, I don't know if that's entirely correct, but
yeah, like oh
yeah, no, but like there's like a full proper street culture in like, scooting now.
Yeah.
Like you know how you got the street skaters who are like, oh fucking, like who or even BMXers, like it's like not that it is. It's like the cool guy kind of like
Yeah,
the,
I getcha.
like
well, I know a few. So like I guess what I was saying
like
was
same
just like
thing
that
with scooters,
catapulting.
man. Yeah.
But now I'm seeing
But
like the waterfront skate park.
look where they sell, and it's so easy. Sorry to butt in,
No.
but especially with scootering, man, they're like it. You have to be talented to ride them too. Like as annoying as they can be because of the younger kids, but it's just so easy for them to pick it up and get the same satisfaction of doing a tail whip on that, and it's so much easier than doing it on a BMX or doing it on, you know, it's the easiest side of skateboarding and BMX.
Well, it's even
You know,
like
like, it's-
rolling in.
and
Like
you got-
easier to do on a scooter
Yeah.
than it is to do on a skateboard.
Yeah, for sure. Because you know, and like, but the kids still get that same feeling on the inside.
Yeah.
Like you remember landing your first kickflip?
Yeah.
Hey, how
He
long
was-
did it take
Ran
you?
inside and told mum. It took me
Yeah.
fucking ages.
Ages, yeah. And the kids can get a tail whip around next to them where they nearly land it, and they get that same feeling, but it's quicker.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah, 'cause
that's what's
it's sped
attracted
up.
so many. Yeah, it's such a young crowd, and so it's what's attracted. Well, what I think anyway, it's attracted them.
But I am seeing that evolution, like the waterfront skate park, and I'll put him on. There's like it's dominated by street skaters because
Yeah.
it's like a plaza sort
Yeah,
of
because
park.
it's a plaza park.
Yeah, like
yeah, for
it,
sure.
it makes sense. Everything's street oriented.
Ledges,
There's no
yeah.
quarter pipes,
No,
like
it's ledges.
Yeah.
Banks.
And there's a scooter rider, Ewan, that hangs out with all the skateboarders. And I've seen him there heaps of times. And he scoots like a skater.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah,
he'll
for
do
sure.
the tail whip nose
stuff,
manual,
yeah.
like tail whip out. And you look at that and you're like,
Oh,
that's
looks
exactly
like
the same as a kickflip
yeah,
nose
yeah,
manual,
yeah.
kickflip. Like you're just like,
Yeah,
and it's funny to see them put together now.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's sick.
Man,
And
it's
there's
just
so
kids.
much money in
It's
it.
just kids hanging out at the skate park too. At the end of the day, like it shouldn't matter what you're on, whether you're on. It's funny how there was always like a versus thing when you
Yeah.
go to a skate park, or there'd be that little bit of tension between the skateboarders and the BMXers or whatever. Man, it's always been like that. It's so crazy. Like I never understood it. I was just like, why? What for? Can we just? We're all here to do the same thing. Just have fun. Mm-hmm. You know.
No, like
It tripped me out. Like I just never got it.
that flashes me back.
Like,
Because I remember like as a kid, like
I mean, I remember skateboarders throwing their balls at BMX riders and
bro,
shit like that.
I remember
like,
BMX riders throwing firecrackers at skateboarders like in
Yeah.
the bowl. Like it was just this
oh,
weird
man.
like,
Yeah, it's always been like that though. It's crazy.
but not anymore.
Nah, not so much anymore.
And I reckon
don't know.
like
Well, I'm not around at the skate park outdoor
Yeah.
skate parks that often
Yeah.
anyway.
no, everyone's pretty much together now. And because
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's really weird. It could be video games and stuff. So like
Fortnite.
now not many kids are really outside
They're
doing
not,
that
man.
stuff.
They're not. You see the numbers that drop down at skate parks. Massive.
Bro.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing something like at an event, like you just get
Yeah,
the
trying
locals.
to pull people in, yeah.
And then not only that, the saddest thing now, which is why I'm seeing like skate, scoot, BMX all band together, is especially around here, some of the parks are a bit like ghetto. So like, you know, the local crackhead will roll through and see who's
So
phone
you need
he
a couple
can,
of the boys there. Yeah.
So it's like you need the older BMX rider, you need the older
for
scooter
sure,
rider, you
man.
need the older, and like they have
for
to be
sure.
in
Like,
communication.
I grew up in Werribee.
Yeah.
So we'd always have people fucking rolling through the skate park trying to start shit. Like, it's just the way that it is. It's just how skate parks are, man. They're just gonna find you trouble.
Yeah.
You don't intend it to be that way. Like, it's funny how a lot of, especially like older people, probably think that hoodlum kids hang out at the skate parks. Not true.
It's a public place.
You could find some of the most genuine kids at the skate park, and people that hang out at the skate parks, like they can stay friends forever. Like, you usually find some of your best friends at the skate park. You know, there's still just, it's funny how there's like that little bit of stigma of, you know, problem kids go to the skate park kind of thing. It's not like that at all.
But they don't acknowledge what goes on. Like, think about gassing your mate up so he lands a trick. Like, you positively critique him. It's like, don't kick your foot out so far. Like, all of that happens at the skate park.
Yeah.
But that's not what gets spoken about.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Not
Never
the building
does
of a
that.
character. It's just like, nah, like such and such goes there and he's a troublemaker. It's like, there's troublemakers everywhere. There's troublemakers when you get off the bus.
Yeah.
It's not my fault we're in a public place and like stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
But it's sick. Like I love it all now because it's a like healthy, positive behavior. Like, it's better than you sitting at home playing Fortnite for 16 hours. Like, you're better off.
Yeah, but that's socializing nowadays, though.
It blows me away.
They get to sit there and talk to their friends and shit. That's socializing.
All day.
Socializing.
And not only that, it opens so many doors too, because it's like your best friend can be from like London.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and you talk every day,
for that?
See, I don't know too much about it. I've never been into playing fucking games and shit. I don't know. I'd always be outside, play every now and then. But like the way that it is now, like, isn't it funny that 10 years ago they said don't play video games, it won't make you any money?
Yeah. Bro,
how's that kid that just won, how much did he win a Fortnite?
$3 million.
And then plus the endorsement deals that'll come from all the other gaming people who are involved in the gaming stuff that want to get around him.
Bro, you know what's even
just
most
gonna
fucked? Because I was actually having this conversation with, you can walk right around. It's funny how that confuses so many people. Like, your face just then was like, what?
I was like, yo, someone's rolling up in the door, man. Look at that. Just cruising around.
Nah,
so he didn't walk
it's a
in
bit
front
of
of the
magic.
cameras. Magic door.
No, but so like EA Sports now, it's massive, and they're getting more attention than like AFL football games.
It's gonna be bigger than NFL. It's gonna be bigger than baseball. It's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be the biggest sport ever. Do you listen to Gary Vee at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's onto it too, man. He's a smart dude, man. He's a smart dude.
Well, Twitch getting their like $1 million endorsement, like, it makes complete sense. You can't live stream a football match, but you can live stream someone playing a competitive game online.
Yeah.
Where everyone
and have their own commentary.
Yeah.
Where they're talking shit, it makes it hilarious.
But it's not restricted to just one country. Like, you can't watch anyone with the link can tune into this. And think about all the viewers, all the money, it just makes complete sense.
It comes down to attention. Like the eyes, man, the eyes. However many eyes are currency to whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and even like Gary talks about that as well.
It's real.
You know,
eyes literally are currency.
Yeah.
No,
I've never even thought about that until like now, but it's true. Like, the more eyes that you kind of have on you, is the more potential value that you have to a company, whether it's money or your time or whatever. You know,
it's spot on. And then because otherwise, how do people know where to put the money if there's no eyes on it?
Exactly.
But then all of a sudden,
they're just gonna go
like just blindly give people money.
Here's $50 million.
It's like, we don't know what you do, but we hope it's great.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Which probably would work if you gave anyone $50 million and they didn't fuck it up. Like, they'll probably get a bit of attention, but still, it's like, it's not worth it.
I'm going to Mexico to live with El Chapo.
Yeah, right.
I'm out.
No, I'm here to invest in El Chapo. Like, I'm set for life. No, but so take us back. So you're 21 and living in the States riding a BMX.
Shit.
What was happening for Andrew Mini?
Man, what do you think was happening? Everything,
Danger?
man. Everything. Everything. At this point, I was a good boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point.
Not a good boy, but like by good boy, I mean that I didn't experiment with any substances.
True.
Yeah. So, which was probably a good thing. But yeah, man, we lived in a college town.
Yeah.
Every night was pretty much, you could go out and party.
Fuck.
The drinks were like $2 each. Everything was cheap.
And
It was
big
pretty
because you're in the
dangerous, man.
States.
Massive, man. I remember I got blackout so many times there. Dude, some of the best times in my life have been in Greenville for sure with my friends. All my friends from here. Yeah.
Well, it's because you're there for you're there with a different energy.
Yeah.
Like you're all paid to be there. Like you're all sponsored
Yeah.
riders. Like you do what you
and
love
then
every day.
If I was doing it now, it would be different.
Why is
like
that?
as in just like health wise, like just taking care of myself more so as an athlete than as a young dude over there,
Just
kind of
getting
having a
smashed.
holiday
Yeah.
kind of thing. You know, I would have taken a bit more focus. I don't know whether it's because I'm I'm a bit older now, a bit more mature, or whether it's just things that I've been through over time. I'm like, oh, okay, well that doesn't work. So, and adjusting. But man, it was fun. I wouldn't change it for anything because that's some of the best times that I've ever had. I remember actually that song. What is it that?
What year was it?
Jump, jump, jump. Fuck, man, it's an old school song, and it just why can't I think of it right now? Anyway, that came on in the club. I was wasted, and I decided to listen to the song.
Yeah.
And I jumped, and the bouncer didn't like that, and I got thrown the fuck out of there. I'm blackout, wasted as. And then I tried to get back in, or I was sitting there, and like the bouncers like fucking threw me out.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like seeing double. Like I feel like my shit's all crossed up. I'm seeing double. I don't know where my friends are. I'm just like blacking out. And then my friends ended up finding me. I can't remember whether we went back in or whatever. But yeah, the drinks got me that night.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
They would have got you a few times.
Yeah.
And then so I guess I don't even know what question to ask next because there was so
Greenville
much
was
to
fun.
that.
Greenville was fun.
Like, when you strayed away from being a good boy, did that kind of fuck it all up, or were you one of the lucky ones?
Nah, man, I'm very strong-minded kind of thing. So I could never get addicted to anything.
That's lucky.
Yeah.
That's very lucky. But I guess because you had your main drive.
Yeah, because I have quite a strong mentality, I believe, which is what from BMX.
Yeah.
I have a lot to be thankful for, not just from getting to ride my bike. Like what it's taught me mentally, and the things that I can take with me into everyday life. Like any athlete.
What are examples of those things?
Any athlete, like just the way that you process things. Like fear isn't that scary.
If you use it to push rather than to
if you
restrict.
let it restrict you, like fear is just something you can kind of just step over. Like it's a choice. You choose to be scared. You don't have to be scared. You choose to be scared. And I remember my friend told me that one time, and it's just stuck with me ever since. Even like you can take just taking it with you. Like when you're learning a new trick, like that fear of learning a new trick. I think headbutting that fear all the time of when you're riding or skating or whatever, learning that new shit, but facing fear all the time over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You kind of, not that you get adapted to it because it all still stays scary. Like it doesn't, the day that I learned a flip at the skate park to now, when if I want to do a triple flip, it's that same scared, like you're still scared.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't go away, but you understand how to push past it and what to say to yourself in here to do that.
So
Like
what's
it's like
an
a
example of
self-confidence
something
kind
you
of
say?
thing.
Because I get you. For me, I'd say
So it's
roll
like,
away. Like I'm like,
it's just
pop a kickflip, roll away.
Yeah. So it's just everybody's probably got their own little self-talk or whatever. But I've asked a few people how they process fear, and a lot of it comes into visioning the positive outcome.
Okay.
You're never gonna envision you fucking crashing and breaking your leg.
You don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. So you envision what you're gonna do, and you're gonna land it, and you're gonna roll away, and you have to be 100% in here that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can't have that other thought in the back of your head, no matter what. And being able to take that kind of thought process into everyday living experience situations, you know, not a lot of people get to be able to do that. So like fear with, you know, going for a job interview or something like that,
Yeah.
or
Asking out the girl you like.
asking a girl that you like out, or you know, asking your boss for a pay rise, or, you know, asking, you know, that I think, you know, but everybody's kind of scared of that little bit of that fear of rejection. But like, I don't
Just
know,
that
like
fear
it's
of uncertainty.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you're
just
not
that
sure what's
everybody,
gonna happen.
everybody is scared. I heard something fucking awesome the other day of what like fear is. This dude Trent Shelton, his name is. He's an ex-NFL player. Does like speaking and
Like motivational
yeah,
sort of
motivational stuff. Was awesome. He said something about fears, like is assuming what the outcome's going to be without knowing what the outcome actually is.
stuff. Huh. True.
You know,
Yeah.
like you're just assuming what's going to happen.
Yeah, you
without
assume
actually,
you're gonna fall and
you're
hurt
gonna
yourself.
assume that person's saying no, so that's why you're gonna get scared or whatever. Like for his example was like kind of like, so he was scared of heights or something, and then jumping out of the plane. So his fear is, okay, well, I'm scared because I think that the parachute's not going to open. I'm going to hit the ground. I'm going to die. Kind of thing. So that's him just assuming that the outcome is going to be that the parachute isn't going to open. You're going to die. That's why you're scared. You're just assuming that, but that's not going to happen.
Because think about all the hundreds of thousands of people that have jumped out before
exactly. Or even just, what's another example you could put that to is like, you know, asking that girl, you're just thinking that you're going to get shut down.
you. Yeah.
It's not really that bad if you do get shut down.
Or she's
You
going to say
tried.
yes, and you're going
Or
to be like,
she's
what
going to
the
say
fuck?
yes, and you're going to be like, whoa,
Yeah.
shit.
You're
She
like,
said
"Man."
yes. She said yes.
It's like, I haven't thought about this. What do I do now?
Yeah, exactly. You never think about what's the good thing that's going to happen. You always think about the bad thing that could happen, which is more than likely probably not going to happen. And if it does, what, you're going to have a little bit of a bruised ego for 5 minutes. Get the fuck over it and press on, kind of thing. So I guess that's what BMX has taught me, you know. You crash, you hit the ground, you deal with it, dust it off, you get back up and you go again.
You gotta.
And you try again. You try again. And you try again. You know, but some people don't have that. You know, some people just don't have that.
Which
I
is
don't know
fine.
why they don't have that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay that they don't have that, but I'm lucky enough to be able to have that in my bag of tricks. You know? To be able to dust it off and say, nah, well, it's going to be okay.
But I guess it
With
comes
everything.
with any, like, sort of, whether you skate,
I say it all the
or
time.
scoot.
Anything to do with action sports is going to have this mentality,
Yeah.
you know, and it's so special. It's nothing that you can learn from a book.
It's the only way you can learn it's to try.
Exactly. Is just throwing yourself in the deep end and just seeing if you can swim. You know,
Which is massive.
you
Like,
don't know. You don't. Yeah.
or what does
just-
concrete taste like when you
yeah.
fall face first?
Well, what's I think Travis Pastrana always says it's calculated risk.
Calculated risk.
Calculated risk.
Break that down a bit more.
So like it's you calculate it in your head what, you know, how risky it actually is. Like if you've been practicing something, you know, and you were like 80% sure that you're going to pull it, then you know that you got a high percentage chance of being able to pull that thing because you practiced it for so long. But if you took Joe Blow over there and said, hey, here, try this and then go do that, right, he's going to have a lot smaller chance because he hasn't been practicing, you know? So it's like, it's just working it out in your head and calculating, is it the risk of over reward kind of thing,
Worth
I guess.
it. Yeah. Which makes
And
sense.
usually it is, because you know how good that fucking shit feels when you stomp it and you're
Oh, yeah,
terrified.
bro.
And you're terrified. Even if you don't stomp it, getting that first one out the way is like, holy shit.
I didn't die.
I just did it. It's always getting that first one out the way and you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
Especially-
like you're not wrong. So, for example, like just if you're trying to like ollie down some stairs, you do that first one, you kick it away,
Yeah,
but you
like-
survive. And then the next one bolts.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, and it's like that fear. Okay, so you were scared to kickflip a 2-stair, and then that gets easy.
Yeah.
And that same fear that you took to that 2-stair to go to a 6-stair, scared. It doesn't go away. It never goes away. It just progresses. It just progresses and progresses. You know,
The
and
challenge
that's what's
just
awesome about
increases.
it. Yeah, that's what's awesome about these sports too.
I guess it
You
makes
know?
sense because that's what trains that mental resilience.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you can't be scared of kickflipping down a 2-stair, then to a 6-stair, and then a 10-stair comes. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, it's just progresses. It's yeah.
no, that's like probably one of the realest things I've ever heard too, because that's just the truth.
Yeah.
Wait, so you were 21, living in the States. Is that what led to the whole Nitro Circus saga? Like, how did that come your way?
So the way Nitro came about was my friend got some tickets off a sponsor, Matt Wyatt.
Matt Wyatt.
Yeah, he's from around here. You might know the
Matt
name.
might have been.
Matt Wyatt.
Is he a Geelong boy?
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Is
if
he-
you've done, how long you done the skate park thing for?
About a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Nah, he's probably a little bit younger than me, but he grew up around here.
True.
Yeah.
How old is he?
How old are you?
24.
24. I say probably 25.
Okay,
20
okay.
something around this, maybe 25, 26.
Yeah, because when I
Like
told some of the homies
then.
that you were coming, those that rode, I thought they were bringing up him.
Oh, okay.
Like they were
yeah,
saying how
possibly,
there's
because he's
another fella
pretty-
from Geelong, our
Yeah,
age.
because he's pretty well known around here. So yeah, he got some tickets from DC. He was sponsored by DC at the time.
Yeah.
And got some tickets, and then we went. He took, it was either me or another friend, but he took me for my 21st.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, and then we knew people who were in the show. Excuse me. And then we ended up going backstage and, excuse me again, hanging out with everybody. And the dude who ran the show said, "Oh, you guys want to ride practice tomorrow?"
Huh.
And we were both calling each other out in the crowd saying, "Yeah, we could jump this for sure. We could
Yeah.
do it easy." And then we're like, "Well, we got the opportunity to do it now, so let's go." So the next day when I got our bikes, went there. He pushed me down first. He made me go first.
He's like,
Fucking
"I bought you the
pussy.
ticket."
Yeah, pussy. You pussy. I'll never let that down. Yeah. So, yeah, I jumped it. It was sweet. And then he did the show that night.
He did the show.
Yeah, he did a show that night, and then on the Sunday I did a show as well for free. I
True.
didn't get paid for it or anything, but the experience, man, like,
Oh, it's massive.
dude, it's crazy. Like, being a part of something like that. And then about a month later, Matt told me that he got hit up by them asking if he'd be interested in doing some tours, a tour in New Zealand. Yeah, and then I got hit up a few months after that, and I said yes. It was quite minimum. The pay was like, we got told we undercut quite a few people.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure made some people upset by us doing that, but that was that was us getting our foot in the door.
Mm.
You know, unfortunately, sometimes that happens. You know what I mean? They undercut people like that, but you don't know about that at that time. You
All
don't
you
know
know
what
about's your
undercutting
deal.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
like,
don't
all
know
you
what
know is
undercutting
yours.
is. Holy fuck, I got this opportunity to do this? Yeah, for sure.
And you're gonna give me money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me,
for
give me,
sure.
give me, give me. You're
Yeah,
like,
for
how much?
sure.
I don't even
So
care.
then- yeah.
You're paying for
sure.
everything.
Yeah, for sure. And then that happened, and then from there, I think we did an Australian tour or whatnot. But man, we traveled. I've done the world pretty much twice over with them. Been right around Europe, right around the States. You know those tour buses that they
Yeah,
bands
the
and
big
shit travel
ones.
on? The sleeper buses?
Yeah.
They put us in them.
That would have been dangerous.
Dude, it was so sick. Yeah, dangerous is one word for that. Yeah, it was sick. Yeah, it was sick. It was awesome. Yeah.
So how long did that
was
whole
so
period go
fun.
for?
That probably went for like 6 to 8 years.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That
So like
would've been
full proper like
hectic.
tour life, man. It was
True.
like full proper tour life. Yeah, like living out of a suitcase in you know, hotels, on the bus, go to sleep, do a show, have a shower at the venue, jump on the bus, have some drinks, do what we do, go to sleep, wake up, we're in another country.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was wild,
And that
man.
went for 6 to 8 years.
Wild, man. Yeah.
What are some of the... Actually, no, I don't want to start with the highlights because that'll give aways. But what were some of the hardest things about that?
That many hardest things?
Yeah.
Well, at the time, I don't know, man, if I can recall any hard things about
Okay.
that, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I don't think I can recall any hard things. Like, I was a young dude with no responsibilities, living his dream.
Facts.
Yeah, just getting to hang out with hang out with my best friends all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Like, I couldn't really think of anything bad at the time.
I just wanted to
You know,
check.
apart from almost getting kicked off.
Well, how do you almost get kicked off? It's one of them ones?
It's a number of things, man. Just
True.
getting a bit rowdy, getting a bit too rowdy, man. You know, making the brand look bad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You have to
'Cause you're
remember who you're
professional
representing. Yeah, you have to remember who you're representing, especially like after parties and stuff. When we'd have after parties, you know, some of us would get a little bit carried away, drinking and whatnot. And like this one time that really got me in trouble was when we were in Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi.
Fucking
So,
hell. That's
you're
when you
one of
know
them,
you
man.
have money.
Yeah, they went there. We went there, and they cautioned us. Like they said, guys, you know, drinking's frowned upon here.
Wait, so who cautioned you? Oh, like
Our athlete
the
managers.
country. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's frowned upon to drink over there,
Yeah.
right? But you can drink. But you know, if you're out and about being
don't
drunk
be
and
pissed.
disorderly, you're gonna probably get arrested. So, but we were drinking there was like a club thing at the hotel we were staying at. So I was there partying with some friends, and then I was a bit wasted, and then we went back and I knocked on a mate's door, and then we started like kind of like play wrestling out in the hallway and shit. And the dude opens his door, like a person from that country.
Yeah.
He's opened his door. He's not speaking a word of English. Pretty much just telling us shut the fuck up. And then us little western suburbs kids is just telling us shut the fuck up, get the fuck back in your room, or we're gonna fucking smash you. And then he didn't understand, and he went and complained, and one of the like whoever was cleaning up rubbish or whatever in the hotel said, guys, you need to go back into your room, like you're gonna get arrested. Like if the police come here, you're gonna get arrested. You don't want to go to jail over there.
Yeah, no.
That'd be a bad idea. Yeah, and then the next day I was sitting there eating my breakfast, and I seen him walk out. I'm going, oh shit, and I put my head down.
You try and duck him.
Yeah, I put my head down, and he went up to my athlete manager and goes and pointed me out, man. Pointed me out. I'm like, oh, you fucking rat. Oh no. And I'm like, I've been cautioned on this before, and yeah, that nearly got me fired.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And
That's
then-
heavy.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like, man, that's a country where like you can't
You
play.
don't- yeah, no,
You
no,
can't
don't play around over there, man.
But that's such a hard thing for you. Like every night's been like that. Then all of a sudden you end up in one country where it's like, no, you're not allowed.
Yeah.
You're like,
well, not
huh?
yeah, like you could party, but there's you got to be a bit more careful. Yeah.
So what are the highlights? What were some of the highlights of that? That's because that's 6 to 8 years, man. That's a fucking
Highlight:
long time.
shooting myself in the head with a BB gun.
Shooting yourself in the head with it. Oh, because they used to
we
have a
get
show,
wasted.
didn't they?
Nah, so like you could just buy in America. You can just buy BB guns.
Yeah.
Like with the
Like the
plastic
airsoft
with the
rifles.
yeah, airsoft guns, and we'd have wars and stuff on the buses.
Fuck.
Yeah,
A confined
we'd
space, so heaps of room.
just shoot, and one night I was wasted and just decided to shoot myself in the head a couple times with the BB gun and film it.
couple?
Yeah, a couple times because the first time didn't film it, and then the next time it was like, yeah, we should film it. Yeah, and then filmed it, and I had these two fucking scabby dots on my head, like here and here. It's pretty funny. And then, man, I think there's too many things to recall, and I think it's weird how my brain works. It's like it does a fucking memory refresh, and I forget everything until someone else brings up a memory. I was like, holy shit, that did happen.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because so much stuff has happened, and it's like,
It would have been an overload for sure.
Yeah,
Like I did
I
not
don't know.
expect 6 to 8. I thought you were gonna say months.
yeah,
Then
no,
you
no,
said
no,
years.
wow,
I was
yeah,
like,
like on and off, coming home, then
Yeah.
going back, coming home, and going back, coming home, and going
So
back.
that whole
just travel,
process,
travel,
just
travel. Yeah,
hectic.
yeah, but not like in period. It would be like a month at a time, come back, maybe like 2 months at a time, come back, a couple weeks. I think the most shows we did in a year was maybe like 70 something or quite a few. Yeah, man, it was quite a few.
Oh, but I guess you'd go to a
Yeah.
place and you do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, so it'd be like show day, day off, show day, day off, show day, and that'd probably be like 3 weeks, like nearly a month, something like that. Yeah.
And how long would you be back
Performed in some
for?
fucking cool spots too. Anywhere from a few months to sometimes, depends where we were, a few weeks,
Yeah.
2 weeks or whatever, and then be off again.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So wait, what did you just say there?
I was gonna say something about something. And I forgot.
Shit, yeah, I know. And as soon as I said it, I was like,
didn't wanna
fuck,
butt in.
I shouldn't have said
No, I
that.
didn't want to butt in. It'll
Do you remember what he was
pop
saying?
back up.
Oh,
It'll pop
how
back
have I
up.
forgotten?
It'll pop back up.
How have I? Oh wait, no, you said you've performed in some pretty amazing
Oh,
places.
and some pretty cool spots. Yeah, man. Like Madison Square Garden.
Oh, because you bring your own shit, don't you? So you'd set up the mini mega, you do all
Yeah,
of
they
that.
set it all up in there. Yeah, they reckon that cost them more.
Then
That
like the
they didn't
profit.
make. Yeah,
Which
that
makes
cost
sense.
them. It was just for like a branding thing, just
Yeah.
to say that we'd done a show at Madison Square Garden.
And what was that like? What was your like? So what was
Pretty cool.
your
Because
role
I
within
didn't
the show?
realize what that was, man. I
Yeah.
just rode BMX. I was a BMX rider.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'Cause they had
I just
everything,
send
didn't
it.
they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, at that time, I didn't ride any of the dumb shit. That's
Yeah.
what I call it, the dumb shit.
Yeah.
They call it contraptions. I
give
call
an
it
example of what a
call it
contraption is.
the dumb shit. Well, a contraption is something that shouldn't go down the ramp, but they managed to engineer it to put bloody wheels on it, so it does go down the ramp. Like, I jumped this. The first thing I ever jumped was a horse, like a toy rocking horse that had like a frame with wheels on it and handlebars. And I remember the first time I jumped it, I was terrified. I didn't make the distance. I cased and I just went boing, and I just boing. Yeah, the gap was too big, and I
How
was
big
like,
was
I'm
the
just
gap?
flip it. I'm not gonna. I think that it was like 38 feet
Jesus.
long. Yeah, and then they put me in the shorter bit because I wasn't making it. I couldn't get the speed on that ramp, and then flipping it was easier.
How was
Shorter
flipping it
distance.
easier?
Because sometimes, like, especially for me, I don't know, I'm just an awkward bastard. When I jump big stuff like that straight,
Yeah.
I tend to go into the arc of death, which I call the arc of death, when your front end drops right down and you just get stuck into this position where you can't get out of.
Yeah.
So if you just flip, it's easier to judge it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, as weird as it sounds, but yeah, it's just easier to judge it. Same as on my bike, I'll flip that ramp first before I straight jump it. No way. Yeah. First jump, just flip.
that makes no
Just
sense at all.
Easier, yeah. It's just easier, man. Like, just taking off the lip and just leaning back and just...
Oh, then I guess you can sort of
and then,
guide
yeah,
it on
and
the
then
way
it
down.
just comes around.
I'm telling you right
Easy.
now.
Easy.
Fuck doing a backflip on a mini oh, even on a mega ramp.
Have you flipped a BMX before?
No.
Yeah, we're going to have to get you to do that then.
Bro,
Just
I
into a
dropped in the
foam pit.
BMX.
Just
I can
into,
buddy hop
into,
a
a foam, into a
BMX.
foam pit. We could tee it up easy.
I'd hit a foam pit,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, for sure. We can do it
Maybe.
on the foam pit. Yeah. We'll do it on the foam. We'll do
Set
it in
that
the,
shit up confident as
yeah,
fuck.
do it in the foam pit. Do it in the foam pit and then do it on the resi.
Because I've hit a mini, like I've hit a foam pit on a skateboard. It's cool, like you just bail
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
And I guess it's the same, you just chuck the bike away.
Yeah. Unless
Fuck.
you keep going and then land on the bike.
Bro,
Bikes aren't soft. Just
I
saying.
remember
especially
seeing-
when you let go and they drop down in from the sky and land
that's
on
what I was
you.
like, yeah, I'd kick it
Yeah.
away.
You got see people do that all the time. They go, go like that. Where's gravity gonna put the bike?
On top of you?
Yeah, to hold on.
Man.
I tell them all the time. I'm like, don't let go. Hold on. No matter how you're
Oh,
landing
that's
in
a
the
better
foam pit.
thing. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
hold on. If you're landing in a foam pit with the bike, hold on. No matter
Yeah.
how you're landing. Especially if you're landing like this. Because if you go,
Yeah, it's coming straight
it's
back on
going to
you.
come straight back. And you're going that way. Even if you go, that way, you're
You
still got
catch up.
forward momentum. Yeah.
Bro, I remember when like Travis used to have his show, like Nitro Circus.
Yeah.
And that real fat dude,
Tommy?
yeah, he
Street
hit.
bike Tommy?
Yeah, he
He's a
hit it on
mad
the
dog,
street
bro.
bike,
Yeah.
missed, did the backflip and landed on the slide.
He got, he got, that, they said, no, like, he'd always have a rule there, no right turn. Everybody would always go off to the right.
Yeah,
The
okay.
street bike Tommy, like, went to jump it on his road bike and cleared the foam pit. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right, that's probably my biggest
Mm.
fear. That's like, If
He's
you
all,
miss a
that whole
foam
crew.
pit-
That whole crew is awesome, man. Like, they're all really, really dope people.
Oh man,
Yeah,
like
they're all real dope people.
you live your life every single day.
Yeah.
Like you do what you love every single
Yeah.
day. Like that would have
Yeah.
been nuts to be a part of.
Yeah, it was, man. It was crazy. Like, when I talk about it, I think back and I'm like, fuck, man, that was really cool. You know, like you really do forget over time, like the shit that you have done. You know, and you I don't know why, but you just forget.
Yeah.
You just forget other things take place with those memories, and
Life gets in the
you
way,
just
bro.
forget, man. Yeah, that's exactly it. Life does get in the way, man.
Dude, there's
Life
one
gets
more
in the
question
way.
about Nitro Circus though, because it's nuts.
Yeah.
Like, and you sort of alluded to it before. Hey, you did a triple backflip. Like, what was the most
Triple-
hectic thing you've done?
Oh, the most craziest thing, it wasn't in a show,
Yeah.
but I wanted to be the first person in the world to do a triple front flip.
A triple front
Yeah,
flip.
no one had done it yet.
Bro,
So
you
it was
got
kinda
concrete
like
in
a-
your brain. Backflip, fair enough, but a front flip, hey, you have to huck
Yeah.
yourself, like, nah.
Yeah. So it was me and this other dude, Ryan Williams, who I'm good friends with. Shout out to him too. He just won X Games gold medal 3 in a row.
Fuck,
3 in a
congrats, bro.
row.
Yeah, that's, oh,
Mad
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude just kills it on everything. He's just one of those people that are just, whatever he touches, he's talented on. You know, it's just one of them people that you just want to punch sometimes.
Yeah, you're like, why are
stop
you
being
so
so
good at this?
talented, man. Yeah.
So who got
But-
the triple front first?
So he ended up getting it. I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses, but like he had time to the airbag prior to when I had. So
Yeah.
he'd tried it previously before I had to the
Yeah.
flat airbag, which is like a big foam pit kind of thing. It's a big flat practice bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had that time to do it, and I just couldn't work it out. I just couldn't work. I kept landing like on the third rotation. So to be 1, 2, 3. This is my back wheel, front wheel. I kept just bang on the back like this, boom, boom, and I'm like, fuck, hell. I was getting so frustrated. I'm like, why isn't this working? Like, I've called myself out here. I want to come and do this. I organized it all with Nitro and everything, and they came out and they were filming and everything. And the last 3 before, they were like, oh, we got to take the bag away now. We're going to have to set the landing up. The last 3 I got where I was confident with double wheels. I was like, oh, okay, I might be able to, do this.
I might be able to do this.
Yeah. But that goes back to me saying, like, I was like,
Yeah.
I may be able to do this, but
So did you end up
I was
getting
like, no, I got all the way around. There's footage. I got all the way around to my wheels, but I went way too quick. So sometimes I was like something, when that happens, something just switches off, man. And you're just like, all right, I'm fucking doing
it? You
it.
send it.
I'm doing it. I didn't come here to not try,
Mm.
you know? So I have to at least try. And I just got a bit too excited. When I was practicing, I didn't pedal down that roll in as much as I did as when I did it. Scared, just switched off and just mad dogged it to the lip and just held on. I was like, 1, 2, third one's coming around. And just crashed and like I landed so far, like that's the landing. Like I landed super deep and like just to my hip and just wrecked my hip. And then he went a few more times, wasn't getting it, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna give it one more go? You're just gonna give it one more go?" I was like, "Man, I'm pretty sore. I'm broken." I'm like, "Fuck, I have to give this another go." I shouldn't have. I was starting to stiffen up. My hip was starting to stiffen up, and I sent it anyway, and I just did a single front flip, freaked out, opened up, and it just kept going, single front flip. I should have done 2,
Yep.
but I wasn't thinking about that in there. And it just kept going, and I waited until I was like a few meters away from the landing. I just let go and just shoulder charge the ground.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's footage of it. You just see me just go and just slide. And I was like, yeah, that's me done. That's it. Yeah, and then he ended up landing it, which is awesome. At least one of us landed it that day.
Because I think that ended up making the show. Because I remember seeing someone hit the triple
I know it's
front.
I know it's on the movie, on one of them. I can't remember what movie, but it's
Oh,
on
could have
YouTube.
been seen it on the movie too.
Yeah, but it's on it's on YouTube. They made it out like it was a versus thing,
True.
Like they did their little
Because now that
you know,
I remember hearing your
editing, their
name.
little bloody video editing,
Yeah.
bloody
Yeah, they made it a challenge.
Yeah,
When you was
they
just
made
one
it-
after
yeah.
the other.
yeah. They did their little Channel 7 thing, making it seem like something it wasn't.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
Bro, that's
kind
fucked.
of thing. Yeah,
And
but
then,
it was
like,
sick.
You said two
It was
things there.
crazy.
So what, when you're doing 3 front flips, you low-key counting them. You're like, this is the first one,
Yeah, you
second
know
one.
where you are. Yeah, for sure. You know where you are.
That
Yeah,
just blows my head. I'm just like,
Yeah, man.
how are you doing flips and counting your
you
flips
just,
in the air?
Yeah, aerial awareness. It's just, you just kind of know what's happening by feel.
True.
Yeah.
And I guess you're seeing it. You're like, there's the sky.
Yeah.
There's some wood.
Yeah, where
there's
you
the
see-
sky.
yeah, where
There's
you-
some wood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, that's
So-
hectic.
Yeah, but it's so, yeah.
Shit. Well, like, I
So,
assume you would have loved it. Like 6 to 8 years. That's
yeah, man, I did every second of it. Every second, it was my life. It was my passion, man. Like, that's what I grew up to do. I said from the get-go when I realized, wow, you can actually make a living out of this. I was like, well, what are you gonna do when you get older? Or what do you want to do? I'm gonna ride my bike. You know what? I'm gonna be a professional BMX rider. And they're like, okay.
And they
And
just
then-
accept it.
Yeah, and they're just like, yeah, sure thing. Like especially like, I don't know, going through school, I wasn't the greatest academically,
Yeah.
but it's only now that I understand that the way that they teach is not how I learn.
Okay. So how do you think you learn?
So I learn a lot more visually and listening and observing, and not so much reading something and then
Yeah, like being talked at
reciting.
almost.
Yeah, like, all right, trying to suck the information in that way and then going. Like, learn more. So I guess experiencing the
You learn
thing,
through doing.
trying, through doing, kind of thing. And that's why, like, I've made a deal with myself to try and read more,
Yep.
just because it's something that I can read. It's not that I can't read, but it's hard for me to soak in information that way.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because I don't know if there's
Too much concentration,
something I'm ADHD or whatever,
Yeah.
undiagnosed ADHD or something, or ADD or whatever. But yeah, like sometimes I just can't. It takes a lot for me to soak in what I'm reading. So
Yeah,
and
like
I
you
get
gotta
distracted
reread it.
very easy. Yeah, I get distracted very easy. So I'll be reading a sentence, and then for some reason I'll just be like, "Whoa, where was I again?" And then I have to go back up and find it. But I'm getting better. Like, I made a deal with myself. I have never, ever read a complete book in my life.
Really?
Ever. Yeah. Like a proper book.
I get you.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked about that?
Yeah.
I said the same thing. Got through uni, never read nothing, and then after uni, started reading for myself.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird.
Reading
You-
stuff you like to read,
yeah,
though, right?
like
I-
you couldn't
can
give me the year 12 literature and like read. I'm like, I didn't even have the shit.
Yeah.
I was just like, nah, fuck it. It's a story about war. Like, pretty sure I could
Yeah.
piss my way through this. And then like even like I studied psych at uni, and it was
Yeah.
all sort of like I'd experienced enough where I was like, yeah, I've sort of got similar situations for everything. But it wasn't until after like all this shit I've read, because it's stuff that actually I've wanted to read.
Yeah. Have you read Mark Manson's new book? What's it called? Fuck. Hope. Oh, man. What's it
yeah, I
called?
don't have a phone.
The fucking... Shit. I don't know where I put it.
Mark
Hope-
Manson's new book.
Yeah, Mark Manson's new book. Something about hope.
No,
It is, yeah. It's pretty good. I listen to a lot of audiobooks because it's just easy.
that makes sense.
It's easier for me to
Oh,
digest
yeah.
and
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah.
I read that.
yeah.
But his new
and then
one.
his new one is a blue cover. Something about
Everything is Fucked.
yeah,
A
everything
book
is
about
fucked,
hope.
A book about hope. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what, you
Pretty
recommend
cool.
it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
True.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
How weird is it when you
pretty
find
cool.
reading like on your own?
Yeah.
Like when you're not.
You can get so much value from reading a book or an audio book or something like that, man. Like and listening to podcasts, like that's I've like what I was talking to you before about all that fucking nerdy kind of hell stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like that I found interesting, so I persisted on listening and soaking in that stuff. You know,
You chose to
and
educate yourself.
Yeah. And it's I enjoy it. Like, it's sick. Like, I find it super interesting.
Yeah.
You know.
But then it's so relevant. So episode 10, I had my boss on and we spoke about that.
Yeah.
And he was saying, and which I fully believe as well, every time you read a book, it shapes your life. Like you'll adapt a few
take
things from the
certain
book
things,
and
yeah.
like put them into your life, and then all of a sudden your life just
Yeah.
changes in that little way.
Yeah, like you see, like all these billionaires and all these, you know, these really wealthy people, and own successful businesses and stuff like that. They all read. They all tell you to read. They all, you know.
But it's mental
all really
exercise.
big.
That's what I had
Yeah.
to confirm for myself.
Yeah,
There was a stage where I'd
that's
overthink
why-
too much.
That's why I need to do it. I need to do it because I can't do it.
Yeah.
So it's like that's another thing of the BMX kind of mentality coming into it. Same as like if I want to train or something like that, or like I get mad at myself when I say, okay, say for instance tomorrow night, I'm gonna get up an hour earlier than what I normally have to get up, and I want to work out. I want to do something. I'm gonna do a workout before I go to work.
Yeah.
Like if I don't do that, I
You beat yourself
think about
up.
it all day, and I'm like, you pussy. You pussy.
True.
You should have done that. You fucking bitch. You little bitch. You pussy. And it
You almost
eats
beat
me up
yourself
inside.
up.
Yeah, it eats me up inside. You know, so it's like that little, I don't know, game that you play with yourself kind of thing. You know? But yeah, it kills me. Like today, I didn't do it last night. I just snooze. Snooze. Snooze.
Now I gotta
And
go to
all
work.
today I was thinking about it. All today. Didn't lose my train of thought. Didn't leave my mind at all. Yeah.
Bro,
So
that's
just need to do it. The same as reading, like it eats me up. Like I've done there's been so many things in my life where I've been like, oh yeah, I should do this. Like I want to start a clothing company, or I'd like to do this. And I never pull the trigger. Never pull the trigger. You know?
and then creates that conversation in your head, like what could have been.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck, well, why didn't you give it a go?
Mm.
You know, sometimes it came back to finances. I ended up being a dickhead and spending my money on other shit or something like that. Or like, but yeah, when I think about it, there's no reason to why I couldn't have given it a crack or done that, or,
Yeah, you should
you know,
have just
and
pulled
it
the trigger.
beats me up sometimes. Yeah, it's annoying.
Because I've had to say that to
annoying.
myself, especially since started doing this. And like, I think I've shared this with Liam, but I'm like, Liam, any idea we have, we just have to fucking do.
Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't matter
Don't-
how stupid, doesn't matter how out of the box, doesn't like if we can afford it, let's do it. Like whatever idea we have, we just have to do.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And it's sick the
For
outcomes of
sure.
that.
You have to. You have to. Like, it comes back down to the fear thing again, I guess. I don't know. All that, like, it's... How do you know it's going to work if you don't give it a go? How do you know?
You don't.
Exactly.
Until you try it. And you're like, that
exactly.
didn't work. But then
Yeah.
you learn. That's what's
Yeah,
fucked. That's
it.
what
I
we
know.
found. You learn so
you
much
learn.
about trying
Even
and
if you do
failing.
fail, like, but some people look at failing or losing as like, oh, fuck, no, it's the end of the world, oh, you know? And then some people look at it as a lesson. Like with fighters and stuff like that, you know, their mentality, okay, I lost, but what can I learn from losing that fight? You know, what could I have done? What do I do differently?
Yeah.
Or, you know, and you talk to, you know, you hear a lot of stories of you wealthy people saying the same thing, you know, that thinking about mistakes aren't there for you to dwell over. They're there for you to learn from, get back up and go again.
But you know, I think
You know, but
I've
it's
only
just-
just figured this out
you
now.
know.
But when you lose, it gives you opportunity to reflect. Like if you win, you just ride it. You're like,
Oh,
fuck yeah,
yeah,
that was a
for
win.
sure,
You're like,
man,
I
yeah.
don't give a fuck how I did that. Like
Yeah.
I just won.
Yeah.
But if you lose, you go back and you're like, that didn't work, but this worked, but that worked. But if I'd done that differently, that would have worked.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
an art to it.
Mm.
As weird as that sounds, like it helped. Like that ability to reflect, it's massive.
Yeah, reflect and understand, and not let it be like I don't know, like you get embarrassed and you don't want to do it again, or you know, fucking, I don't know, it could lead to anything.
Literally. And like
Yeah.
you said it, like you could get embarrassed and then not ever do it again. But it's
Yeah.
like, if that's the case, you probably try the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But then even still, you will adapt something out of that. Like
Yeah, for sure.
from every
Take it as a lesson.
experience, like you learn something even if it's a loss. You're
Yeah.
like, slow
Like
down
I don't
a little
regret much in my life except for buying a BMW.
bit. At what stage of your life did you buy a BMW?
When I was making money.
Fuck.
not
the
not like
BMW
making
now?
money. That thing cost me like $13,000 to keep on the road. Like fucking that like repairs, oil leaks. I got warned about it too, and that's what kills me even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got warned about it too. I was like, fuck, these motherfuckers. I was like, nah, it'll be right. It'll be right. And then everything that the people said will happen or it happened. And I was like, damn it.
Fuck.
Yeah, it sucked. But oh well, that's just another thing. It's like, all right. Well,
Wait, what did they
fuck.
say about it though? Like, what's the danger of spending all your money on an expensive car?
Oh, no. Well, not like it was super expensive, but like I was just warned that the upkeep on them cars weren't cheap.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if your engine shits itself.
Yeah, and
it's
well,
an
those
expensive engine.
those cars were prone for gaskets
Okay.
going. So and then you have an oil leak or something like that. Yeah, I got the car. I just got ripped off pretty much.
True.
Pretty much, yeah.
You overpaid
It was
a
a
little
used
bit.
car, yeah. It was a used car and whatnot. But I learnt my lesson. I won't
do?
go and do that again now, will I?
No. Now you
No.
drive a Volvo, that goes
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Fuck. I guess, well,
Yeah.
so you've done all of this. Like, what's next for Andrew Mini?
Man, what's next? I don't honestly, I'm still trying to work that out myself.
Which is real.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
you've got
trying
a
to-
lot going
I'm trying
on.
to, yeah, there's heaps going on, man. Like I'm trying to work this, this dad thing out and work out this responsibility thing. I've been doing it for 3 years now. I'm kind of, the way that I look at it is like a spoiled kid with a lollipop getting his lollipop taken away
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like,
True. That's a really interesting
know,
way to look at it.
yeah, like I've got to do, like I have got to do all these fun things and got to live the life that I wanted to live, and fuck, now it's over.
True. You think it's over though?
Like, I don't know.
Like-
I don't know. I don't want it to be, but considering my circumstances, with my responsibilities and stuff like that, it just makes it hard to continue putting the time in that I need to,
Yeah.
and the financial backing as well.
Yeah, I get you.
You know,
Because now you got to worry about them going to school and
yeah,
shit.
like I got to worry about them having a roof over their head, food, taking care of the bills, just doing fucking
dad shit.
grown up man stuff. Like I'm not
Yeah,
like
grown
honestly,
man shit.
like honestly,
Shout out
man,
Jamie Taylor.
yeah. Like honestly, I was never prepared for this shit. Like I said from a long time, if my kids watch this, in years to come, like, and they like, not that I never, like, how can I say it? Like, it's hard to say that you
Just got to be
weren't
honest
planned,
about it. Yeah.
you weren't planned kind of thing. You were a surprise,
Which you're grateful for,
Yeah,
though.
100%, man. That they've like given me something that, that I never thought I was going to experience because I didn't want to. Like they've opened up something, a complete different love that I never would have got to experience because I was ignorant to the fact of having kids. I didn't want to have kids.
Yeah.
But it's funny that all the reasons I was scared to have kids and didn't want to have kids has been the reason I didn't want to have kids.
What do you mean by that?
So just the responsibilities and stuff that come with it,
Yeah, okay,
and
okay.
the financial stress, the difficult times with the partner,
Yeah.
those kinds of things.
Baby mama drama.
Yeah, baby mama drama, man, for sure. Like, I mean, and she's probably not going to like me talking about this, but, it wasn't a conventional relationship how we did it. It wasn't we're dating for a little while and then, okay, you decide to have a family and go in it that way. This was a surprise for both of us. And, unfortunately, I did the wrong thing at the start, by not staying in contact and in touch with her while she was pregnant with our first son. And I acknowledge that was the wrong thing now, but I was a young man, a boy, scared of all the reasons in my head of fuck, I'm about to have a kid. It just freaked me out, and I just went ghost.
Yeah.
I just went ghost and I started partying and I just did dumb shit and
You
just
did everything you could to try and forget.
yeah, and try and forget it, and just block it all out. And then it was like, it come to a point where I was like, man, this isn't like, you have to face this. You have to face this. Like, man, you're going to be a dad, regardless of whether you want to be or not. Are you going to step up or are you going to bitch it?
And that's your BMX logic again, though.
Exactly.
It's like, don't walk away from this.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, no.
You can't. You need to be there for that kid.
But, bruv, wait,
You know?
on the real, though, I think what you did was so brave. Like, one, to make the decision and, like, ghost, but then to make that... No, that's not the brave decision. But to come back from that,
Yeah.
bro, that's something to be proud of. And, like, I
Yeah.
can tell you right
but
now...
it's definitely... I think it's definitely put, you know, a kind of strain, stressor on, you know, the relationship and whatnot. You know, it's put a different dynamic into it. You know, and, like, we haven't got to do the things that, you know, you don't get to do when you don't have the kids for the 3 years. You know, like the actual dating, getting to know each other, doing all that kind of stuff, developing with each other, getting to know each other kind of thing. It's like
building.
Yeah, building. So, you know, it's not easy. And I'm sure there's so many other people that go through the same thing, but you know, you don't really hear many people talking about it.
You don't.
You know, maybe because I don't know whether they're embarrassed or whether what.
They probably
but
just
I'm
haven't dealt with it either,
Yeah.
which is the most unfortunate thing.
Yeah, or they just haven't. Yeah.
Like, that's what I was going to
No,
say.
but-
Like, any man can, like, have a child. But fuck, it's a brave man that'll actually hang around and raise
And
that
be a
child.
dad.
And, like, your two kids, like,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd be so happy to
They're
have
like-
you.
Yeah. Well, man, it's crazy. Like when I come home, the youngest one, he's just starting to like kind of like get words out, but they're not even words. Like to say up, he goes oh, like
Yeah.
and that's hop up.
But
Up,
he's
up,
like-
up. He's like, it comes up to me, goes
suggesting
up. Yeah. And the other Ollie, the 3-year-old, is starting to get a bit of attitude and stuff now. Like today, I was trying to tell him to come inside. And he's sitting there pretending he's not listening to me. I'm like, you little motherfucker, I know you can hear me. I'm like, Ollie, come on, man, come inside. And, bro, if you want the ultimate patience tester in the planet, fuck a Rubik's Cube. Have a kid.
Have a kid.
Have a kid.
That'll test your patience.
My fucking God.
Bro,
will
I'm
it test
I'm
your,
just like, I'm
will
cool
it
chilling
test,
for a
will
little
it
bit.
test your patience? Yeah, man. It's a whole nother ball game being a parent, man. But the funny thing is, you all go, doesn't matter who the fuck you are, Kim Kardashian, and all of them will go through the same shit. It's a universal thing, dealing with that stage of parenthood.
Yeah.
It's a universal thing. You know, well, I think it is anyway. Surely their kids going to do the same shit.
I'm
Because they're
assuming
kids,
you're right.
then they don't know. The reason why you get frustrated is because you forget that they're kids and they don't know. They don't know. They're fresh.
Yeah, they're a sponge.
Like, they have no idea. They have no idea that they shouldn't touch that fucking boiling stove, the boiling pot on the stove.
And then like you're like, it's hot. As if you don't see the steam. Like,
Yeah,
don't
and
touch it.
Like,
He's just
the
like,
youngest one always tries to get into the oven when I got the oven on. It's like, dude, it's hot. You want to find out? Touch it.
and not only that, your food's not ready until it's cooked. Like,
yeah,
be
just
patient.
stop. Just stop. Like, he just doesn't know. It's funny, but I forget, and that's why you kind of like, you get, whoa, those moments.
Yeah, test your patience.
Yeah, man. Massive patience tester. So kudos to all the parents out there doing it.
But-
Every parent.
Oh, and shout out to all the dads that thought about running away but came back because
Yeah.
that shit's real.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. That's just... It would have eaten me up otherwise, man. You know, back to it again, you know, it just would have replayed in the back of my head. It's like, man, you need to do something about this. You got to do something about this. Man up. It's time to be a man. And even still, I'm still having trouble trying to work this shit out.
But as you said, it's been
But-
forever.
That's it. That's it. I'm going to be a dad until I'm in that fucking box. In the
Bad.
ground.
And then by that
We're gonna
point,
deal with
hopefully
those
you've raised
kids.
them well enough where they can sort of look after you on your way out.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I'm sure you'll be fine,
Hopefully. We'll see. That's, you know, you just kind of take it day. You can only plan so much. That's another thing in my life, I've never planned.
bro. Interesting.
Never planned.
Everything just sort of fell in.
It falls into place.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not a big person to stress either.
Yeah.
And my partner gets annoyed about that. Yeah.
Because she stresses?
Yeah, she's a stressor.
Well, I can
And
imagine
I'm
that
just
being
like, especially with
frustrating.
finances and stuff like that, I'm just like, don't worry, it'll work out.
But then you come from that position where it does.
Yeah.
And for her,
And I
it's
know-
like it's probably
yeah,
not all that
yeah,
like
it's
concrete.
like- yeah, I forget. Like I know, I need to think. I do think in the other person's in her shoes as well, but I just know that I'll make it work. I'll sort it out. I'll make it work.
Yeah.
I'll get it to work.
Well, bruv, you got to.
You know?
If it's not for her, it's for you two little boys.
Yeah, that's right. It's just it's just so crazy how much things have changed, priorities and that kind of stuff, and like, you know, life gets in the way.
Welcome to parenthood, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that I'm not even a parent, so I'm like,
like
fuck.
life gets in the way, you know. But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't. A lot of parents devote such a big percentage of their time to their kids. You need to have that time to yourself with you and your partner, and to go do your own thing, whether it's riding your bike, going to the gym, boxing, fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you just need that time.
Just time management,
Yeah,
bro.
it's it, man, and it's hard to organize and work out and everything too, and it's only gonna get progressively harder as they get older, because then they're gonna start playing sports and they're gonna want to go and do this, want to go do that. At least with my bike, I can take it to the skate park and I can go and have some fun too.
Just plant the seed,
So-
buy him a bike. Be
Yeah,
like,
he's
I
got
know
a
what
little.
we're doing
He
on the
does.
weekend.
That's what we were doing before we came. He just wanted
True.
to keep racing me.
Okay.
So we're just going back and forwards. I was racing him on my feet.
Yeah.
And then,
while he's on his
and then
bike.
and then they decided to do a shit, so I had to change him and then make my way here. Dad shit, you know?
Dad shit.
Mate, if there isn't a parent on this planet who hasn't got shit on their hands, I want to give them a high five.
Fuck. It's
Bro.
like that.
Yeah, man, you try to change a kid who doesn't want to sit there and say, let me go, let me go. Just wants to get up and run around. Just cause chaos.
And like, wait, you still
It's like,
have
just
nothing
stop,
around
man.
you.
You get, and sometimes it falls out the nappy, and like you're like, oh man, did you have to?
Bro,
Like, yeah, it's crazy, man. There's so many stories with kids.
that's dad shit.
Yeah,
That's dad shit.
yeah.
Fuck. Well, but I guess
it's
we're
crazy, man.
at that time of the day.
Yeah,
We're
sweet.
talking about the youth that you're bringing up, so it's like perfect time to ask.
Yeah.
Like, Andrew, what was one thing that you wish you were told as a youth?
I wish I was told. I don't think it's necessarily what I wish I was told, because I was told a lot of pretty valuable things. I just didn't take it in. What I would tell myself is listen to what those people told you and try and do it.
Bro,
With like my saving, just save your money. Okay, that's easy, so easy to say. If there had been that person to show me what to do with my money, instead of just say save your money, or do this or do that, right? It would have been, things would be a little bit different, like kind of like a mentor kind of thing. But you know, it's so easy for someone to just say, oh, do that, instead of having someone to show them. So yeah, I'd probably just say, you know, listen to what the older people tell you. Yeah, don't be ignorant. Don't just say yeah, it'll be okay. Like, take it in and listen. They're telling you because they're speaking from experience.
mm-hmm.
They're telling you because they've been there. They've got another 20, 30, 40 years on top of you. They're telling you from experience. So just listen. Just listen. You don't have to take everything in, you know, but just take whatever you kind of hear and go, yeah, that's probably, I probably should do that. And then ask more questions. Don't be scared to ask questions. Like,
Right.
just ask. Just soak in as much information as you can. You know, that's what I'm doing now. You know?
Which is real though. Like, I'm so happy you
Yeah.
said that, because listening's such a big component. But then, in order to understand, you have to ask questions.
Yeah.
Like for you with this saving money, like everyone's telling you to save money. Like, fuck. But if someone was
What,
like,
just put it in the bank?
yeah, someone was like, hey, make a separate bank account, put half of it in there. Don't have like the
Yeah.
internet banking so you can check it all the time.
Or even just showing you where to invest it. It doesn't have to necessarily, saving your money doesn't mean you have to put it in the bank. You know, saying, hey, you might be interested in this, check it out, but this is called investing, right?
Putting your money
so you
forward.
put your money into, you you look at the companies and you look at their numbers and you look at all this stuff, and then, you know, it's so accessible now with the internet to be able to learn that kind of stuff. You know, I don't know too much about it myself, but I want to learn. I want to know. I want to learn how to do that. And property.
Yeah.
You know, my mum actually did say to me, "Oh, you need to invest in property." You know, but fuck, I don't know. I don't know. Like, and I think another big factor to why I think the way I do now is because I have the kids.
Yeah.
Right, and now I've got to think kind of a bit more long term.
I get you.
And to like try and set myself up.
You almost need a plan now.
Yeah.
Whereas before you could
Whereas
just
then
wing it.
because it wasn't even a thing that was going to happen in my life. Like I wasn't getting married and I wasn't having kids. Like that wasn't a thing that was going to happen in my life.
Next minute.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. But it is what it is, and now I'm still young, man. So I'm only 30 years old. I have another, hopefully if I take care of myself, another 2 of these.
Yeah.
Another 2.5 of like, you know, I'd like to at least make it to 100.
That's a dream, bro.
Or at least even maybe a little bit older, but be healthy, not fucking crippled and in bed with Alzheimer's and shit. You know, so that's why I'm looking into all that health stuff that we were talking about before, all those things. So, but yeah.
Which
so,
is
you
important.
You forget about it. Gary Vee talks about it a lot as well. Like, so what you're 18, what you just live now, you're going to get to live another 3 or 4 of them. Like that time period with more knowledge. Like now you're going to be older and understand everything. You know, you're a kid, you're still learning, you're still adjusting to everything. Whereas now, you know, with the right people around you, you have so much time to be able to get your shit right. And then you don't have to worry about it kind of thing. Like that's the way that when I look back that, you know, I could have done a few things differently, but it is what it is. So just go from there. Go now, just got to correct it.
Yeah. And then, as I'm sure, you'll be listening to more people around you, you'll be asking more questions, and just how different your life would have been if you'd done that a little bit earlier. Yeah,
for sure. I need to surround myself around more people like that with big ambitions and people who run companies. Want to do that kind of stuff because I want to learn from those kind of people.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
That's the only way to learn it.
Yeah, I think I have the ability to be able to do stuff like that. I just haven't worked it out. Like I know what I would kind of like to do. Like I love my filming and that kind of stuff, but that's a pretty flooded market at the moment. But you know, it just
at the same time,
just
never
learn,
been a good
man.
time.
I just want to learn.
Yeah.
It's funny that now I want to learn. When I was in school, that was the last thing I wanted to do, but it's now because I want to learn shit that I'm interested in.
It's funny how life works like that. But that just goes to show
crazy.
if maybe school was something you're interested in, different story.
Yeah, well, it just depends on what you're learning at school.
Yeah, and it's different now.
guess.
Like,
Yeah.
I look at this one, he's in like some sports program where they focus on more on like athlete conditioning, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So you're learning all the things that you weren't able to learn until you were thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
it's good that it's sort of begun to adapt in those ways. And that's a fucking state school and they're doing that. So it's like...
And it's only going to have to change because the school system's outdated. You hear so many people talking about how outdated it is, you know, and how shit's got to change.
But then it's progressed so much as well. Like, I can only speak for myself.
I don't have any younger... Oh, I do have a younger brother, but I don't really talk to him too much about school.
Yeah.
I talk a little bit. He does psychology.
True.
I think he might want to do something in psychology, which is pretty cool because I talked to him about that and it's...
Bro,
it's dope.
There's going to
Cool
come a point in the
conversations.
future where that shit's the only thing you can't replace with a computer.
No, anything that you have to be creative with, you can't really change. You can't, and you know, being a human, a computer can never replace being a human. That empathy that a person can give, and that, you know, the emotion, a computer can never give that. That human, that's what makes a human.
A human.
That's what makes a human, is the emotion and the ways that we feel and how we can
respond.
You know, if I feel, a computer could never understand how you feel that your mum passed away or something like that. You know, those kinds of things. Like it could never, like they're good at, you know.
Numbers,
exactly. And
It's
everyone's
good at
like
math.
with this AI stuff coming up, man, that's just going to take stuff to a whole nother level.
bro.
but you know, everyone freaking out about it's gonna fucking take all our jobs. Well, fuck. Why don't you just learn about AI and
capitalize on it
exactly,
rather than just waiting for it to replace you.
Exactly, or just find out, you know, work out what they can't do,
And
what
do
they're not
that.
capable of, and focus on implementing that into what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of us aren't going to be around long enough to see it completely take over to where it's like the Terminator.
Yeah.
And fucking robots are killing everyone.
No, fuck that. I'm tapping out.
Have you heard? Yeah. Have
When
you
that
seen?
shit starts
have you,
happening.
yeah. Have you seen the videos of the AI talking to each other?
Bro.
It's trippy, man.
Well, it's weird
Crazy,
because,
hey.
like,
Talking about world domination and shit.
yeah,
Yeah, you need to calm the fuck down.
bad.
We're shutting you off.
No, but then you know what's even, like, fuck, I don't know. So, I have an understanding of AI, and
Yeah.
that meaning, like, it only will respond to things that it's been programmed to respond.
To respond to.
So, say,
yeah.
for example, fuck, I don't want to put this out there because it's horrible, but, I'm here now. Say, for
You have
example,
to
like,
say it now.
yeah, you were, like, trying to come up with the algorithm for what's the best way to sustain human life. Like, humans on Earth.
Sustain human life.
Yeah. A fucking, like, an AI program that's had all the information about what fucks up the human life will quickly come to a decision. It's like, less humans. And it's just like, because it's math. Like, it's like the quickest way to sustain human life is less humans. And then that's when that's when I believe the Terminator
Yeah.
shit's just like, yeah, fuck it.
Shit.
And when that, like,
How do we make the world better? Stop fucking busting some humans up. Oh my god, that's.
but robots, just remember, I'm on your side. Look after me.
Hey, just remember who programmed you.
Yeah. No, so like that's been, because it makes so Culture
makes
Kings have a
sense now,
bot
you-
for their Facebook, and then that's only was able to be created
As in to like answer the questions and
so
respond
like
and that kind of stuff. Yeah, information.
because they've had so many questions and stuff, they've saved all that information, and so like they give it to the
Automatically
program.
yeah.
Then when it gets one of them,
one of those questions.
it'd be like, where do I go
create-
for a shop? It's like, where do
creates-
you live? And then the bot just spits back the closest
information,
location.
Yeah.
It just makes like.
Yeah. It's pretty simple when you think of it that way.
Because like people get so scared about AI, and I'm like, what do you mean? If AI ever fucking takes over, like that was our
It's our
fault.
fault. Yeah.
Like it's our fault.
Yeah. That's true.
Because all it does, it just
Yeah,
responds
that's it.
to us.
It just responds to whatever you've programmed it with.
Yeah.
Whatever it's.
Just don't
Exactly,
program
it's
it
in
to
there.
do some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
fix the human race. Like let's just focus on like how to make more money. Which fuck goes both ways. But no, Andrew,
Yeah.
tell the people where
man.
they can find you. Where
Yeah.
they go to find all your shit, all your content, all your previous content.
So I got a YouTube channel. It's just my name. If you
Spell it
search
out
it
for
up.
those that are listening.
Oh, it's Andrew, and then Mini Mini, and then my last name, which is spelled Ahumada. And then if you just punch that in on Instagram or whatever as well, it should pop up. But don't try Facebook because the motherfuckers deactivated my shit and they're not gonna give it back for some reason. I don't know. I didn't post any nudes or anything. Yeah.
That's just rude ass.
Very,
but we'll plug all your shit.
Yeah,
It'll
I'm
be everywhere.
not very happy with Facebook right now.
No.
Even though they own Instagram, but if you didn't know already.
Yeah, it's like spoiler alert.
Yeah, but that's where you can find me. I try and post as often as I can. But if you liked anything I talk about, I got
Much more to say.
I like in my vlogs and stuff I do while I'm driving and stuff. I do quite a bit of kind of podcasty stuff. While I'm
Deep
in the
that.
car.
Go into that in the last bit. Like
While I'm in the car. I don't know, just whatever's happening in life at the moment. It could be, adjusting to my new job or like, just stuff dealing with the kids or, just talking about relatable stuff or people, go through in life. Some people don't have the balls to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or
it's not a
stuff
win, so
along that
therefore
way.
they don't feel like they can post it.
So just speak up, just talk about. People need to hear everything. People don't need to just hear about the sunshine and rainbows. They need to hear about the storms that come through too. You know,
Because that's both sides of it.
Because that's life. Life isn't fucking rainbows and shit, man. It's like that Mark Manson said, life's full of shit sandwiches. You just got to pick your favorite flavor shit sandwich.
Well, not only that, how does a rainbow come?
Through rain, exactly.
So it's like, fuck.
Rain. Yeah, exactly. But people forget that, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People forget that. But yeah, I just go into all that kind of stuff, and then some writing clips, and I just enjoyed doing some edits and stuff together, putting it together, and yeah.
Taking over the
being
world,
creative, yeah, trying. I'd like to do something with it. It's
You'll
just
get
a
there.
matter of just persistence.
You'll figure it out.
Doing it, yeah.
And stay consistent, brother. That's all you can do.
And there should be a video dropping there on some mental health too.
True.
Yeah.
When you post that, let us know. We'll plug it hard.
Yeah, for sure. Sick. Yeah, so I went and filmed the tattoo shop. I teed it up.
Which one?
I was sponsored by a tattoo shop.
Yep.
And I did some filming and stuff for them as well.
That's dope.
Yeah, in Mooney Ponds, Renegade Art Society.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the dude called me up and said, yeah, I've done this piece on this guy's sleeve just about his journey with depression. He's got type 1 bipolar.
Fuck.
So, and then they would just talk back and forwards, and, they put into his kind of journey and what, his journey into the tattoo kind of thing, and like depicted what it's like to kind of be, it's like a black dog that's bound by rope.
Yeah.
That has like a Grim Reaper style
Pulling
kind
the
of
strings.
holding the rope that the dog's tied to, and the dog's trying to chew the rope. So the rope symbolizes the depression having a hold of you, and the dog's trying to get rid of the rope.
So it can run free.
Yeah, so it can get free, and then up top has like a Grim Reaper that's not really a Grim Reaper. It's kind of like morphing into a human as well, like skin. It's got skin kind of peeling off kind of thing, and it's a female. So which kind of symbolizes it's turning into his partner of the time, who was like a big catalyst for him to go and
into depression.
Help.
Oh, true.
For him to get help.
Okay.
Yeah, to make him realize, well, fuck, I'm fucking up. I'm going to lose this. I need to get help. Yeah, and then it's got like on the other side, an hourglass with the phoenix rising through it, which is super dope when they were talking about it, because an hourglass, time technically can never stop with an hourglass, because you just
keep
flip
flipping
it over. Just keep flipping it. And then it had a skull on the other side of the hourglass. So it was a really cool tattoo. Yeah, and then he went into his story, and yeah, so he just wants to get rid of that stigma of, that some guys, especially guys, man, they think that they're too manly to go see a fucking psychiatrist or a doctor.
That's bullshit.
But there's different and people that are scared that they'll get put straight on medication. There's steps before the medication.
They don't just
many more steps.
Take all these to shut up.
Yeah. Because that step with the medication is like, it's sometimes trial and error. Like, all right, well, that one doesn't work. Try this.
Bro, we talk about this all the time.
But a lot of people don't understand that. So there needs to be a lot more awareness on that. People,
110%.
a lot of people do speak up, but not enough as they should be.
We need more people too.
Yeah.
And knowing that, it makes like what we say here is fuck. Like you hurt your hip falling off a BMX thing.
You go get it checked out, right?
You got some shit up here, and it's like you just
you wake up slightly unhappier for those 3 days. Is that a little bit weird? Question it. Go get go get your mind checked. Yeah, like that's what he goes into as well, man. Yeah, and it all makes sense. Like I've been contemplating this week, that everybody goes through it, man. Everybody goes through these crazy little thoughts inside your head. You could be your own worst enemy up inside here.
Oh, you can.
No one else hears that voice, but you hear it. You hear it in your own head.
And it's enough to demotivate you too.
Yeah, and like you can really say some shit. You can be your worst critic, and just that's it. You won't do it because this little voice in here is. But mainly, most of the time, that voice in there is either speaking out of fear, or it's something that's messed you up over time that's making you question shit. But everybody goes through that little, that question, the questions that go on in there.
And bro, all I say for that sort of stuff is, please be one of those somebodies that goes through that
Yeah.
and can get through that,
Yeah, and gets
than
through
somebody
it.
that goes through that and
then it
unfortunateness
stops.
takes over.
That unfortunate circumstance that seems to happen all too frequently nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So many more lives could be saved.
Yeah, man. Just talk about it. Just don't be shy. Don't be scared to talk about it. Like everybody goes through it, man. Everybody goes through it. And what he was talking about is like that you know, if you deal with it early, same as cancer. If you deal with it early, it doesn't have to be a problem 2 years down the track, and it gets to the point where you're like, all right, fuck, I have no other option. I need to end this.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's nuts.
yeah,
Like,
it is, man.
Bro.
It is. It's crazy.
Well, at least tell you what, the difference is now there are people like me and you who speak about shit like that on these platforms.
Yeah,
and I think that's so important.
The beauty of the internet, but it still gets fucking you know, it gets spoken down of, fucking Instagram, this is destroying this and this and that. But then people don't see the positives to it, man.
No.
It's getting people's voices out there that couldn't be heard otherwise.
Big
so it's
facts.
a special thing.
It is.
You know, this time that we're living in at the moment. It's special.
I'm just so thankful that we can be a part of it.
Yeah,
that's
for
all
sure,
that is.
man.
And we can be the ones spreading that like message.
That
Like
positivity, man. There needs to be more of it.
there has to.
Yeah.
If there probably was, the world probably wouldn't be as it is right now.
In the way that it is, 100%, man. 100%. 100%.
It's not.
But, you know, there is going to be negativity no matter what in your life. It just depends on how you deal with it, how you look at it.
And coping strategies.
Yeah. And
have positive ones, not negative ones.
And how you cope with it. Okay, you got a negative thing happening. Well, for power to go through a battery, it needs to go through negative and it needs to go through positive.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, life kind of works same way. There's always going to be a good thing that comes from that negativity or that, you know, and if it starts to become too much,
get help.
well, there's stuff that you can do now that you can get help.
But then if you flip it, started a negative, do negative shit to try and get over my negative, don't be surprised when that spirals out of control.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, that's
for sure.
You can't turn a negative around with a negative.
Right. That's right. Yeah, for sure. You can't. That just doesn't work. And you need to notice that it's a negative thing, and you need to notice that it's not helping you, and that you need help.
Bro, reflect.
Yeah.
Reflect.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
You know, or have that person with you. There's that, you know, close friend or whoever the fuck it is that says, man, hey, like, I've noticed that you've been feeling blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you thought about going to talk to anyone or going to see anyone just to ask a couple simple questions?
Yeah. And never get offended when a friend says that too.
No way. Like,
take that on board. Be like, I have been feeling down.
Because they're caring about you, man.
Weird.
They're caring.
That's a good friend.
They're caring about you, yeah. That's a friend being a good friend, caring about you. Not trying to hand you another fucking drink or not trying to hand you another fucking whatever.
Mm.
You know, here, have this. Just forget about it, man. Chill out.
When you wake up, fucking, it's even stronger.
It's even worse.
It's even
worse.
Fuck.
It's even worse.
But Andrew, thank you so much for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me,
I really
bro.
appreciate it.
Hey, it's been
a great
pleasure.
conversation.
Yeah, man. I've enjoyed it a lot.
And I
enjoyed it
think
heaps.
we've unpacked so much as well.
Enjoyed it
And
heaps.
everything that you've taught us, just fucking send it. If fear's in your way, just let it push you from the back rather than push you from the front.
Push you from the front, 100%.
Listen, but at the same time as listening, ask questions. And fuck.
Yeah.
Mental health is so important.
Yeah.
Just like at least start to consider it. If you don't consider
important.
it, start considering it.
Yeah. Even if you kind of don't think that you have something wrong, just go get checked out. Just even I haven't, but I think I'm going to.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to. And just remember, fear's a choice.
Fear's a choice.
Fear's a choice.
Fucking oath. That's the name of that shit. Fear's a choice.
Fear's a choice.
Fear's a choice. But thank you so much, Andrew, once again.
Thanks
we'll
for having
plug you
me, bro.
everything. When
appreciate
that shit drops, let us know.
man.
Let us know.
I had so much fun doing this, man. Thank you.
No worries.
It's awesome.
That's the end of Different Kind of Genius. Shout out to the little brothers who are looking at me hungry as fuck. We'll feed you. We'll feed
them.
you. Yeah.
Feed me.
You think it's bad having kids? Wait till you have little brothers.
Yeah,
that you already got.
for sure.
Nah, but thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. One love. I'll see you all next week. Liam, you know what to do. You know what to do.
Shut it off.
Fucking.
Yeah,